Hi everyone, my name is Danny Grondin, founder of Leisure Travel Van Enthusiasts. Once again, I want to talk to you about my latest project, my big electrical makeover. The whole project was like a journey, an exciting adventure in order to make it happen. Now it's done and I'm very happy with it. So come on and let's jump right into it. A little backstory about the whole process and what have been the trigger to start doing it. Since the first week of acquisition of my beloved Murphy bed, I knew that there were some things that would have to change, some features need to be improved about many different aspects of my RV. The electrical installation was one of it, and that's where we will focus today. So, from the electrical standpoint, there are many shortcomings in most RV out there. LTV was sure better than many other brands, but still. First thing was the inverter itself, the device that makes 110 from the battery. Mine wasn't big enough to run everything we want. For example, the shortcoming became an issue if we want to use power-hungry items like a space heater, the Vitamix, an espresso machine, or the AC itself. Second, the fact that only some outlet in the galley was inverted, meaning that I couldn't use every outlet while using the inverter when using appliance on 110. This was very bad. Third, the general quality of electrical components included in most RV are just okay. Not really trouble-prone, but lacking in efficiency and features. Fourth, the type of solar charge controller, PWM type, is certainly not a winner, not even close. There is much better choice out there and I just don't like to have good enough stuff. I kinda like to own the best if possible. Fifth, the battery itself. Concerning standard acid-lead battery, in a nutshell, my position is that only people that use almost exclusively power hookup in campground do pretty good with standard batteries. In all other aspects, acid-lead battery have only negative attributes beside the price. Even with all those electrical limitations, for years we have adapted. We have managed to deal quite successfully, I must add, to all those deficiencies, and we learned to survive, not using too much power in a way to conserve the battery and to make sure everything was able to work in the morning on the next day. Naturally, all the power-hungry items like air dryer, space heater, or even an espresso machine wasn't used if the shore power or the generator wasn't running. Since we boondock most of the time, being completely independent with extremely high quality and dependable components was the objective of this project. As you know, when the RV is not plugged into shore power or a campground, it relies on 3 power sources on 2 different voltages, 12 and 110. The power sources are the battery, the solar panels, and the generator. Those power sources are wired to different electrical components we need in order to operate the rig. Components like the solar charge controller that manage the power coming from the solar panels and put it into the battery. We also need a module that allows us to recharge the battery when we drive down the road. This takes 12-volt DC current from the alternator and feeds it to another 12-volt DC destination or battery. This contraption is called DC to DC. We also need an inverter. This inverter's job is to transform 12-volt DC current into 110-volt AC current. This play of power feeds through the electrical outlets via a distribution panel with breakers, just like the one you have at home. We also need a charger for our battery. A charger, like any charger you know, will be used to recharge the battery when 110 is available. either when plugged into shore power or when the cheap and noisy generator is running. All of those items are wired together and are protected by fuses and switches. The battery is really the heart of the whole installation, and the stock acid-lead battery is probably the weakest link of any motorhome. Only if someone uses only commercial campground or manage its need to match the several limitations of this chemistry, the only sensible thing to do, in my opinion, is to get rid of those dead weight as soon as possible. Just to name a few shortcomings of standard battery would be to underline their very low power to weight ratio. They are damn heavy. Their inability to be drawn at lower than 50% state of charge without occurring internal damage. The fact that they are gassing from the sulfuric acid. Their inability to give their full current rating if they are discharged at higher rate. They require maintenance, refilling them, keeping them fully charged at any given time. They are damaged by high drop of power. They are very slow to recharge. They often are the offender when blaring alarms wake you up in the middle of the night, most likely due to a low voltage/battery being discharged. They rarely last as long as they were supposed to, leaving the owner blaming himself knowing he didn't keep the upkeep as he should. I simply think those batteries are a thing of the past. The only advantage is the upfront cost. So, for me, they are perfect for someone not really in the need of a complete autonomy. If I can, I will never have standard batteries in any RV moving forward. So obviously, lithium iron phosphate battery was a mandatory addition. I have lived with some for a while, then I have taken my time to make sure I was to get the best lithium battery out there. After reading a lot and seeing how much good reviews Lithionics batteries got with many LTVE member here and how much support I could get, this brand was really becoming the best option. Getting to know what Lithionics brings to the table with their 320 amp-hour Never Die battery was enough to set my choice for this brand. I'm super happy with my choice. Here's some features that are interesting for us RVers. First, the size itself. Since I was looking for the biggest battery that would fit the original battery space in my LTV, meaning under the step at the entrance door. The 320 amp-hour fits there perfectly without modification. Second, this battery is made out of powder-coated aluminum, good for heat dissipation and sturdiness, way better than plastic in my book. Third, the battery is sealed, IP67. This is very interesting, knowing that by its location on the floor, immersion or splashing can and will happen. Fourth, the battery is made of the highest grade of cells called grade A cell. Fifth, the Lithionics offer very low internal resistance, which should improve their longevity. Sixth, they offer very high power density. My 2 interstate battery had only 100 hour usable, and the Lithionics punch 3 times more usable power fitting in the same small space at a fraction of the weight. The red battery can support higher recharge and discharge rate, up to 250 amp, allowing the use of power-hungry electrical appliances like the AC and very fast recharge from shore power or generator when necessary. 8. All the management that have to be done to make sure the battery is maintained properly is made by internal wizardry. This is called Advanced Smart Battery Management System. We just don't need to care about that. 9th, The battery is approved under Ryder Laboratories testing and advanced safety feature. This can be very important for insurance purposes. You only become aware of this small detail after a sinister happens to your RV. A special feature called Never Die is also included. All the next features are in a special category, the very awesome category. First, there's an app to see what's going on inside the battery itself. How much is left, voltage, temperature, recharge rate, everything. Second, the app records a log if needed. That log can be sent to Lithionics support in case something's wrong. Lithionics support have been amazing. By the way, the app works every time. Never had even one problem with it. Third, and this is a big one, there is an on-off switch on this battery. Can you believe it? So useful that I now have an hard time trying to understand why all the other batteries do not include this safety switch. It's very useful. Fourth, they include internal heaters to make sure you don't destroy the battery trying to recharge them when they are frozen. Fifth, it's beautifully made. You feel the quality, the packaging too, top quality. The sixth item is the absolute more important one. The amazing support that I have got from a member of our group, Sandra Johnson. She's completely amazing. She has been an incredible help and guidance answering my gazillion of questions on my old project. She has been my mentor all along. It's hard to imagine how much knowledge and patience she has. I just cannot stress that point enough. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you very much. You're my friend. By the way, Sandra have many guides and how-to in the files section on our Facebook group. Anything from major upgrade to maintenance and tips. Go get them. Keep them handy. So let's recapitulate all the goals achieved by my whole electrical project. 1. Having all the amenities that we enjoy at home, like microwave oven, the AC, Vitamix, espresso machine, anything. Perfect quality 110 for our expensive computer. Having all the outlets inverted. Having that anytime without the noisy generator. Having more confidence not running out of battery in the middle of the night or after a series of rainy days. Replacing all the very average electrical components from the factory and swapping them with the top of the line electrical components available in the world, in my opinion. More on that later. So this is it, friend, for this introduction. If you want to see more, like the electrical blueprint, the layout, the components used, all the tools and accessories needed, and the final installation itself, let me know in the comments below, and I will upload everything I've done to complete my installation. Once again, folks, sorry for my English. Thank you for watching my video, and I wish you a wonderful time in your LTV.